I am very happy to introduce you to Carla Miller. Carla is a life experience expert, a world-renowned artist, an art instructor, a behavioral health technician, and honestly, one of my personal human favorites.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. And my name's Carla Miller, and I'd like to share my story of recovery and how I came to Arizona Women's Recovery Center. Okay. I have a long history of trauma, drug addiction, and working in the sex industry. I managed to survive long enough to finally start my journey of recovery at the age of 50. I spent my 50th birthday at the Central Arizona Shelter Services after serving over a year in and out of jail. I found my way to Arizona Women's Recovery Center in 2010, and back then we were National Council on Alcohol and Drug Dependence. And our only two housings we had were the Legacy House, which was an emergency housing for homeless pregnant women, and Weldon House, which is for women and their children, and our outpatient services. I suffered from severe traumas. I was unemployable as I had no education and no job skills. I had done 6 months at Cass and found myself back on Van Buren and basically giving up on life. I found my way to the NCADD outpatient services through another program. And because there was no supportive housing for single women, through NCADD, Beverly had approached me and presented me with an offer to be housed at Crossroads for Women, the Flower Facility, which was conveniently located right down the street from our main office. That enabled me to be able to participate in the outpatient services that our agency provides, and then to be able to have a safe recovery-based place to reside. I had a mountain of tasks to complete before I could be ready for any type of gainful employment, aside from what I formerly did. I had to obtain a GED. I had a criminal past, which included a felony charge. I had, and of course, the numerous health conditions that come with living on the streets, as well as the emotional traumas and behavioral issues. Crossroads Flower was a beautiful facility with a supportive community and staff, and being able to be under the care of Beverly, Holly Williamson, and Thelma, the acting CEO at the time. This was the greatest gift. I really struggled with trying to find employment. I was finally able to obtain a position working at Chase Stadium through a janitorial service, which now does not hire people who are felons, but I was lucky enough to slide in at the time when they were still hiring felons. I was only part-time employed, and after 9 months, after 9 months, the funding ran out for NCADD to pay to have me at Crossroads. After a lifetime of addiction and living on the streets, only having 9 months of recovery is just the beginning. I refer to it as like spitting in a swimming pool. This is my first time speaking, so here with me. Thank you. I still had to obtain my GED as I only had an 8th grade education and some learning disabilities. I wasn't making much money working at a little over $7 an hour part-time, but NCADD promised I could continue on with the outpatient services they provided, but I would have to pay for my own place to live. The agency had a staff member drive me around to look at other places, and I really couldn't afford any place to live. Crossroads was such a healthy, nurturing, and safe environment, and the thought of having to leave scared me. I prayed to God that something would happen for me, and lo and behold, Donna Alexander, who was the coordinator at the time, came to me a week later and told me I had a God shot. She said that a new position had opened up for all of the Crossroads facilities where they needed an on-site maintenance person. At the time, there was this huge bed bug outbreak across the United States, and they needed the on-site maintenance to do the bed bug inspections and exterminations, as well as just other on-site maintenance responsibilities. When I was presented with this offer, she informed me that I would have to deal with bed bugs, and I said I'm willing to do anything. To this day, I am forever grateful for those little bed bugs. And this is the beginning of my amazing journey. I was introduced to my potential supervisor, Dan Williams, and in his stoic professional manner gave me an interview in Donna's office. Sorry. He went down the long list of my potential job duties and asked me if I had experience in any of them. My answer was no to everything. He then asked me if I was willing, and I said yes. And he said, okay, I'll give you a try. Until the day he died on July 19th, he remains my sober support, spiritual guide, and best friend to the end. This glorious opportunity enabled me to attend my outpatient services where Thelma, in her infinite wisdom and vision, thought I would be best served to do one-on-one counseling with Holly Williams, who is now our clinical director at Arizona Women's Recovery Center. And I was given that golden opportunity to have deep trauma healing sessions with her once to twice a week, as well as Beverly taking me under her wing for her one-on-one GED tutoring. I remember she had a Kruig machine in her office, so I dubbed her office the Math Cafe. Many tears were shed over a cup of Starbucks dark roast, some hers as well as mine. I had the responsibility of taking care of the Crossroads property, doing landscaping, burning bed bugs, and learning general maintenance under the guidance of Dan Williams. I worked at Crossroads for a little over 3 years, and after receiving my GED and my peer support certification, I was now employable. Beverly had a dream to open up a facility for single women, such as myself, which was badly needed. So when we opened up Her House, which stands for Health, Empowerment, and Recovery, I was hired on shortly after. I am still there to this day. I dearly love Her House. Our clients are permitted to stay there in our program for a length of time. Her House is a year commitment, which enables a woman that has legal issues, no education, and no employment history, a history of trauma and or SMI diagnoses, to have a chance of living an independent, healthy life. We have an incredible success rate, and our alumni, and my gift of working there and seeing our success rate far outweighs my hourly wage. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever have imagined that my life would be this amazing. To literally come from the depths of hell and despair to where I am now can only be attributed to the hard work and vision of those that have guided me to where I am now. Nothing on this earth is more valuable than saving a life. I want to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my story and wonderful opportunities that Arizona Women's Recovery Center and Crossroads has provided for so many such as myself. I want to thank you all today for the participation and generous contributions. I promise you your efforts are truly changing lives. Thank you.
Hoorah.